Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SuaveTV. I'm your host Enrique, and today is episode number 1. This one stinks, and it hurts, but the San Antonio Spurs lost the NBA Finals. Let's talk about it. Was it a season of failure? I don't think so. If I'm being honest, it taught him a lot. Mitch Johnson, first full year as a head coach, made it to an NBA Finals. Most of these guys, first postseason, and many analysts didn't even have them making it past the play-in, and they shocked the world. They made it to an NBA Finals. They beat the defending champs in the Western Conference, and they almost could have beaten the New York Knicks. Except experience played a major factor into these games. Most of these guys, they're young. They never been into this stage. You got rookies like Dylan Harper and Carter Bryant, first year, already in NBA Finals. Victor Wembanyama, third season, made it to an NBA Finals. You know, last season, didn't even make it into the postseason. So, they're shocked. So I don't believe this season was a failure, but if not, a season of a lot of learning. Because if they beat the defending champs in the Western Conference, and I know there's comments circling that, well, Oklahoma didn't have a healthy team. Hey, San Antonio still came tough, and they still beat them in the Western Conference Finals. But at the end of the day, came a little short in the NBA Finals, and this is where experience has a slight edge over anything. But if we're being honest, they have a bright future. These young guys, they look like they got it. And this loss, it may be tough, but honestly, will teach them a lot. But before I dive in a little more, I want to talk about something that's been circling the media lately, and it's Victor Wembanyama not shaking Jalen Brunson's hand. Now, a lot of people are coming out and attacking Victor for not showing sportsmanship and not being a professional. But if we're being honest, it happens. We're all human. We make mistakes, especially at that stage when the lights are bright. Emotions can roll high. Maybe Victor didn't want to disrespect Jalen. Maybe Victor was just trying to control his emotions at that time. You know, he's a young 22-year-old guy who just took a tough loss. They were so close to finishing the job. Big leads, but just couldn't shut it down. Or maybe New York was just really hungry and didn't give up. But then again, experience played. So, hey, we don't know what happened behind cameras. Maybe Victor did congratulate Jalen Brunson. We don't know. So we shouldn't be attacking a young guy that will be the face of the NBA. Like it or not, he's a great and outstanding player. But experience does play a lot in these moments. And hey, they made it this far. Let's see what happens in the next season. Again, I can't discredit the New York Knicks. They're a great team, and they dominated. They deserved it to be at the NBA Finals, and this was their year to win. I know the fan base is around outside of the court. Disrespect is going on, but hey, this is the game of basketball. It should stay in the court. At the end of the day, these guys are competitive, and I know they all want it. But hey, Victor Wembanyama, he's gonna learn from this. He's gonna learn from the mistakes he made. He's a young guy. He's gonna mature, and like I say, it happens. At the end of the day, sometimes maybe a handshake is not the end of the world, and you move on from that. Now, for San Antonio Spurs, the future is very bright. You got great players like Dylan Harper that showed out for his first season. You also got veterans like De'Aaron Fox that many are attacking. But if I'm being honest, the guy rolled his ankle and he only rested it for a whole week. Sometimes that needs a little bit more recovery time. And he still went out there and played. I don't think he's a bad player. I just think it happens. It just things didn't go out his way. But hey, the guys, they have a bright future. Carter Bryant is a great player as well. San Antonio Spurs shouldn't take this as a tough loss because you came short. Should be looking towards the future, especially with NBA free agency coming by in the NBA draft. You don't know what to expect right now. Make the right moves, and the Spurs, they're up there. They're up there to be a contender for an NBA championship. And who knows? Maybe if they would have won, this could have destroyed their hunger for the future. Sometimes we learn better from mistakes or from losses because they actually stick and they hurt. Sometimes winning at a young age gives you more comfort and it doesn't let you reach your full potential, right? We don't know. Things happen for a reason, and the San Antonio Spurs came a little short. But we're happy because at the end of the day, we lost to a good team like the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson, hell of a player. It looked like he wanted it, and he took his team on the back. At the end of the day, the New York Knicks looked like the hungrier team. They never give up, being down by big digits. But hey, at the end of the day, they did it. They gave us a hell of a series. So, I'm pretty proud of these guys, and I don't think this season was a failure. You know, just experience played a huge factor in these moments. But at the end of the day, you live and you learn. For the future, I believe that these guys learned a lot. So let's see what holds on for them, and let's get to it. Now, leave your comment. What you think? Do you think this season was a failure? What moves do you think the San Antonio Spurs should make in the offseason? What do you think about Dylan Harper coming out as his rookie year? And hey, what do you think De'Aaron Fox? Do you think he might shock us in the future with the San Antonio Spurs? I believe he will. He's a great player. So maybe, I know emotions can run high, especially after a tough loss like an NBA Finals. But the guy, he's a great player. So we can't fully attack him. And congrats to the New York Knicks. They did it. After 53 years, they finally got their third championship. Maybe it would have been different if the San Antonio Spurs would have had a little bit more experience. But hey, we never know. We just move on, flip the page, and let's go to the next chapter. Thank you for joining SuaveTV. I'm your host, Enrique. Thank you for joining.